Growing up in the U-Haul family was, if I had to think of one word, it was a singular experience. Everybody in my family, I would say, is, by choice or not, is really close to the company. There's not a lot of spectators, I guess is a good way to put it. And so I have countless experiences of growing up and being here at the U-Haul building here in Phoenix, or traveling with my dad and going to U-Haul places all over the country. And I mean, as a little kid, like 10 years old. When I was that age, my brother and I, our job was to travel with Joe in the summers, and we thought it was vacation, and he just thought he was getting out of daycare, basically. And U-Haul was my daycare. What's scary is I've been to a lot of U-Haul locations. I mean, hundreds or maybe even thousands, depending on how you count them. Our job, we had to like we flew in this tiny little airplane that was, trust me, not very glamorous. And we'd fly around places, and my brother and I, we would get the plane ready for the next flight while Joe was out at a location. He'd come back 45 minutes later, and we needed to be fueled. The plane had to be reset and ready to go. And my job was to close the door and make sure the door on the plane was sealed. I mean, that was a 12-year-old kid's job. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of just being here and interacting with the people that work here, and so many of them still do work here. Like, we have a lot of policies, programs, and procedures around here, and they're in some kind of book or a bulletin or whatever. And the big ones are MB 197 and the 62 lecture, which is now the 97 lecture. And I'm not kidding. Everything in my life was related back to those, whether it was doing well in school. And so even when I wasn't in the company, it felt like I was in the company, because that's how my parents parented, if that makes any sense. And at the time, I thought, I won't say I hated it or whatever, but it got, like everybody's parents, all of their parents' shtick drives them crazy, and it drove me crazy. And now that I'm here, it's so funny because I love it. I use it all the time, and I realize how great it was, and I feel extremely lucky to have been around it. I mean, every day I got to hang out with Joe Shoen and Mark Shoen and work on things. They worked on my little silly kid things the way that they work on U-Haul things, which is all in. Everything's important. If we don't succeed, the sky's going to fall, and holy cow. So it was a little intense, but it was a really great way to grow up. But not things that I can relate to with everybody, but I wouldn't trade any of it.